Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, from WCS Winter 2019, we have ShoWTimE versus Serral here on Cyber Forest, the Ladder Edition. Bottom right-hand corner, the blue Zerg player, Serral, and top left-hand corner, the red Protoss player, ShoWTimE. Alright, here we go as ZVP, my favorite matchup. Serral has not been looking as dominant as usual. He tore through 2018, but in 2019 he's looked pretty darn shaky. So I think ShoWTimE has a chance in this matchup. He has the second highest ranking of all foreigners, but he's behind Serral. And so second place, if you're that far behind second place, do you feel good about that? I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you do if you're ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE is a German player playing for Arma Team. And he's going 1-gate expand. I do like Cyber Forest. Again, I like just maps with a lot of trees and weird stuff in them. I'm not entirely sure what this is. Maybe it's just decoration. Look at this down here. Wow. It looks like a an umbrella, or like an umbrella without the covering, right? And then you just push this up and it goes fwing! It's an umbrella! I haven't used an umbrella for a while because basically the only time I need to walk outside is from my car in the parking lot of my work into my workplace, which is like, I don't know, maybe 100 feet, couple hundred feet. It's really not a lot. And even if it's snowing, if it's raining, if it's a crazy rainstorm, I can get out there without getting too wet. Also, my new phone, I got a Nexus 3 the other day, and is that what it is? Nexus something. No, Pixel 3. What am I talking about? Nexus. Pixel 3 a while ago. And it's supposed to be able to stay submerged in up to 10 feet of water, if not more, for like half an hour. So I said, I feel like testing this, but I'm terrified to do so, so I'm not. But I do use it out in the rain sometimes and just see if it hurts it, and so far it hasn't hurt it. So, good game there. Way to go, Google. Way to make a phone that's at least water resistant, I suppose. So this probe overstayed its welcome a little bit. We'll see if the Lings bother to kill it or not. It doesn't seem like they're going to. Adept already on the way at 2.5 minutes. And we're going to try to find this. I think that's what these Lings are. They're trying to find this Adept. They're actually out on the map here. These two are making these two's jobs a little bit more difficult versus the Adept. Queen out. Third base going down at 240. Once those queens popped, it's time to get that third base as soon as you can. Adept creeps into the main. There are two Lings and a queen here. The queen needs to be attacking. Actually, okay, the Adept got shoot away anyway. Two Lings cruised up this way to make sure maybe there wasn't another Adept coming. Maybe ShoWTimE was being a little bit greedy. Didn't get that second unit out, but you know what? He didn't, and the Lings are in here, and the Lings are here for a scout at the very least. They might actually get a probe kill too, which would be pretty fantastic. There's a Stalker in production, but it's not being chrono boost. It's not going to be here for quite some time yet. It's the robotic facility and the Twilight Council get scouted. That's going to be Archon drop harassment. Guaranteed. Adepts fighting. Adepts getting out of there. No, one of the Adepts is dead. Speed's done. Oh, now the other Adept is probably dead here too. So, yeah, going to try to shade out. Trying to get a surround on an Adept is surprisingly hard if you have Zerglings, but they both get picked off there. We got a Ling inside the main base, just trying to see maybe if this gets canceled and ShoWTimE tries to trick Serral into thinking he's doing something else, but definitely no. There's your additional gateways, and we should take those gas eventually here. Lings go across the map because there's nothing else for them to do right now. But you're not getting through that Stalker. Stalker has too much HP, cannot be surrounded by the Lings. That's what the whole walling off process is all about. But yeah, Zergling comes in, trying to get some harassment off. There's the Warp Prism getting started. There's the other gateway. And really just going to be the two gas here so far out of ShoWTimE, at least for the time being. Just enough to make, right, just enough to make a couple. Actually, where is the... You know what? This maybe isn't Archon, because you need a ton of gas to go for that. The 2 high Templar. There's your third and fourth gas. This isn't going to be charge either, though, because he's not working on charge of the Twilight Council. So I'm really confused at what this build is from ShoWTimE. Where's your additional tech, man? Is it just going to be charge lots? No, because you're not getting charge one, and you got too much gas for that. Oh, that's a dark shrine. I looked at the footprint and figured it was just a pylon. I didn't realize they've been building for so long. All right, so there's the dark shrine. You can use them from Dark Templar. That's totally cool. Roach is in production to deal with this. Roaches are the best answer to the Archon harass. They really hit hard. They take a lot of takes a lot of time. And you know what? Just regular DTs. Round 1 here, though. Detection. Oh my gosh, Serral. Where is your detection? We're 5 minutes in. You don't have a spore up? I guess he's got an overseer, so that's almost good enough. But he's going to lose a queen. He's going to lose 7 drones to this. And the warp prism is juggling too. None of the Dark Templar died. Oh my gosh, ShoWTimE. What an incredible attack. 8 drones go down and a queen for nothing. 0 things lost. I mean, sure, a couple of adepts have gone down. 1 DT did die. I take it back. But 14 lings, 8 drones. That queen didn't die. I take it back. The queen is fine, everybody. I thought the queen was dead. Was getting focused. I took my eye off a second. Figured she was out, but no. So here are the Archons. The thing is, at this point, there's a lot of roaches out now. By that I mean there are 9. It's a big number. Big number of roach to handle this. And I just don't think that the initial attack was great, but this follow-up is not going to do a whole lot for ShoWTimE here. He's good. Okay, he's a great Protoss player, but I'm not sure anybody in this position could really get a whole lot done versus Serral. If you already DT attacked him, he got some stuff completed and killed some stuff. But look at this. You're just going to come in at 6 minutes with this and try to get something done? No, 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 no. Why don't you just go home? Ling's cruising into 3rd base, being protected by some adepts. Pretty decent surround on these adepts. Additional Lings cruising on in here too. ShoWTimE's 3rd base might be in trouble. The adepts are buying time, so it might come up. But what's going to come in and help is the question. Overseer comes over, scouting the natural base, because why not? And the Archons come all the way home to deal with this, and they do save the 3rd base. Well played, for sure. Roaches decide it's time to move on out. Hey, look, it's a Nydus worm, which has been nerfed. They knock the armor down from 5 to 3 when it's coming up, so you can kill it a lot more easily. As it's on the way, you don't have to devote as many units to an erupting Nydus worm to destroy it before it finishes. And I think that's a pretty happy thing for Terran and Protoss fans alike. ShoWTimE, I'm sure, is pretty happy with that. Zerglings coming in. Oh, he's everywhere with these Lings, man. But the army of ShoWTimE's here to defend, too. They are on point. Forced to cancel on a pylon. I'm not sure that was a necessary cancel, but that's okay. Roaches, man, they see this. They know. They know where the Archon is. The Archons are inside the warp prism at all times. Creep spread is helping with that fairly immensely. Oh, and the Nydus at the front, so not inside ShoWTimE's base at all. Though he does have vision, where he might be able to pull that off, but I like the pylon spacing, making it hard to sneak one on in there. Overseer flying on in, trying to see if there's anything you need to worry about. There are a couple of mortals here. Few zealots. Sentries too. Oh, another Nydus coming at the back. Is that going to pull the army away from the front door? It is not. ShoWTimE is not buying this. He's going to go ahead and snipe this one down, I think, but in the meantime, his 3rd base is dead. There's no saving the 3rd base. The Nydus does go down. So what I'm talking about, handful of stalkers, you can kill it pretty easily, even if they're not on top of it, which is really, really nice. I've tried Nydusing recently, and by golly, those things die fast. Faster than they used to, for sure, and that's okay. Ebbs and flows, man. That's how StarCraft is. Some DTs swinging on in. Maybe Serral was skimping on detection. Maybe he doesn't have any spores, and he doesn't, by the way. He does, however, have overseers at each base. And as a result, the DTs I don't think are going to do a whole lot. Archons find the forward Nydus to take that down. Well done, Archons. Dark Templar trying to do stuff inside. Yeah, I just didn't. Nope, this one did not get up here at all. The one did escape from the 3rd, which is nice. Where the heck is... Man, Serral, do you need a 4th? I guess not. You really did knock down ShoWTimE's 3rd, so that's cool. But Immortal, Zealot, Archon, Stalker, Sentry here. The answer to this is really going to be Ravager. Hydra's too. Hydra's going to be pretty great. Hydralisk Den coming onto the 8-minute mark. Serral is being pretty aggressive here as he's throwing up yet another Nydus and not taking a 4th base. He was pretty safe for a while there. Decided not to do it. Instead, going for that Nydus for further harassment. Zerglings, we're on the creep now. ShoWTimE is here. Serral knows he's here. The Nydus worm erupts. The army pulls back saying, where was that Nydus? I don't know. And it's almost being used as a weapon of psychological warfare right now. Well, I guess some Lings did cruise on out, but look at this. ShoWTimE back to receive it. And so many of these Lings are going to die. Evacuation. Oh, long distance mines, something. The Lings, that's a very weird place. Very weird place for the Lings to attack. All the way up here is the Nydus. And then they run clear down to the 3rd base. Why not Nydus down here? I don't think ShoWTimE had any vision down here. He does now, but not at the time. Interesting decision for sure. Double hallucinated Phoenix checking stuff out. Did he scout? What did he scout is the question here.
Mineral field depleted.
Got spines on the way. He does know about the Hydralisk Den, so great scout by ShoWTimE, recognizing what's up with that. Are you bringing detection along? There's a Dark Templar. He is ready to hack your faces off. He's got 2 kills. And by hack your face off, I mean explode you with 1 hit of his scythe. His double-ended scythe, which is such a cool weapon. Double-ended weapons are awesome and impossible to wield. I saw a video once talking about Darth Maul's double-sided lightsaber, and how to actually control that thing would just be an incredible feat. Like, a regular lightsaber is really hard to do. That's what Jedi have Jedi reflexes for, but double-ended. Difficult stuff without question. And to be fair, Darth Maul never hurt himself with it. What killed him was somehow letting Obi-Wan jump up at him from a hole and cut him in half. It's very questionable what exactly happened there, but nice job, Obi-Wan, I suppose. Alright, free Zealots here if you want them. Zealots are not free. They are not free. They are pulling back into the safety of the natural. The roaches are not able to find anything there. A bunch of changelings getting tossed down inside the main base for reasons I don't understand. What are these guys? And more scouting from ShoWTimE. I'm loving this. Out of ShoWTimE. I really am. Storm on the way. High Templar on the way. +3 attack on the way. ShoWTimE is really killing it technologically. Killing it on a base count too, but Serral's up at 73 to 61 workers on 4 bases. He's pretty happy with this worker count. 10 lurkers on the way. 10 lurkers, 7 immortals. I think 7 immortals might be enough to handle this. Nydus erupting. Where on earth was that one? Ah, right here. Right on the edge of the creep in the middle of the map. Another one coming up in the north too. I just don't know what this one is all about. Doesn't help because ShoWTimE's not expanding there anyway. Overseer flies in, sets up an observation mode where it's getting stabbed and has to change a different position there. Lurker's burrowing on in. I don't know about coming up here. There's a lot of immortals, man. You're pretty roach heavy too, but here come the Lurkers. Another Nydus inside the main base. Lurkers. Archons really don't take a whole lot of damage there, but damage is damage, and it adds up, and it's splash. So that's pretty fantastic. Dude, this Nydus gonna finish? Oh, no, it went down. DT's hacked that one to death. Third base. If this third base goes down, ShoWTimE is toast. But look at this. Pinning him into a corner a little bit here. Crozobile's going down. Storms and all of the roaches. The roaches are dying. I don't know if the Lurker's going to do well here either with all these immortals on the high ground. Zealots hacking away too. Trying to make stuff happen. The Lurkers are forced to retreat from this position, but additional Hydras are showing up. Army supplies is 101 to 72 in favor of Serral. Lurkers burrowing on in. Adaptive Talons is not done because that is a hive upgrade. I don't think we're dealing with a hive from Serral here. Definitely not just the lair tech so far. Resources lost about even 8,000 to 8,000 or so. Serral's lost a bit more is to be expected in a ZVP, where the units are more cost efficient but slower and can't make as many of them at the same time as the Zerg player can. Another Nydus attempt, and I just don't... This is going to be the 5th Nydus Swarm destroyed. Attack at the front here. ShoWTimE pushing up this ramp. Bad place to be, man. Get out. Get out. Have you seen that movie? Have you seen Get Out? It's pretty great. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. I am all over the place today. Boy, my brain is a bit scattered, but that's just fine. It's kind of my style, I think. Serral has a 5th base up on the right side. He's been really keeping the pressure on the Protoss, which means he can do this. Oh, DT's getting free Hydras, though. At least until the Overseer cruises in with speed and says, nope. Another Nydus trying to come up. Oh, DT tried to shut it down, but Hydra's on the low ground can actually protect it a little bit. That's kind of incredible. That one's... Oh, the Immortal shows up and takes it down. Yeah, that bonus damage versus armored. Really fantastic from the Immortal there. We really just need the one. Big old Zealot warp-in. This is stuff you got to worry about if you are a Zerg player. The Hive might get sniped down by these +3 Zealots. Hydras and Lings cruising, and I think they're going to save it. They're going to save the Hive. Hydra's especially really important here in making sure the Hive doesn't die. Nice snipe attempt, though, from ShoWTimE. Another Nydus on the way. 7 Nydus Worms have died. 7 of them. This one gets destroyed as ShoWTimE wanders up. Hydra army trying to get inside the main base. Nope. ShoWTimE's presence is too dang on top of things. He knows where the Hydras are coming from. He shuts those guys down. Look at this. Zealot, Immortal, couple Zealots. Easy. Easy peasy, squishy Nydus Worm. If you've struggled against Nydus Worms recently, you've taken a break from ladder because you hate them so much, I think come back. Give it another try. You might enjoy how much easier they are to kill now. You don't have to be quite on top of the things as you used to have to be. So the bad news for ShoWTimE is he hasn't been able to get a 4th base. He's really dealing with this creep at his front door. Serral's on 5 bases right now, going for a Spire, going for 4 Drop Lords, which is interesting. And again, the Hydras are just hanging out. They're just like, you know what? We will, another Nydus Swarm dies. We'll just poke around, trying to keep ShoWTimE nervous. Right? I don't know about these Hydras by themselves with Zealot Archon. Absolutely not by themselves. That's why Hydroling Bane is the thing. The Banelings are for the charge lots because charge lots really chew them up with the Lurkers. Oh no. Is there nothing defending this 3rd base against Lurker attack? There's definitely not. Spine Crawlers are defending Serral's third base, or fourth base, though. Alright, so the Immortals do wander over here. This isn't going to be a lot of dead Lurker. The Storm's helping immensely, and bam! Suddenly, Army Supply 94 to 87. Serral had a huge lead. It is gone now. He has lost 17,000 resources to 14,000 for ShoWTimE, including how many Lurkers? 15. 15 Lurkers have died. Another Nydus Swarm. But here come the Drop Lords. This is a great game. This is a really good back and forth game. I just don't know if the ShoWTimE is doing enough damage on the other side to make stuff happen. The Hydra drop. This is almost as annoying as a Marine Marauder medevac drop in PvT. ShoWTimE going for a bit of a base race. He's like, you know what? I don't know if I can handle this, but I can wipe out a base. Probably. That's a lot of Hydras. Not a lot of Storm here, though. Ooh, High Templar at the front taking some stabs, though. It's not what you want. If you have High Templar in your army, they don't want to get stabbed at all, as it turns out. But main base of ShoWTimE, a lot of production here, a lot of tech here. Just getting mercilessly wiped out by the Hydralisks that are sitting on +2 attack. Which is not the +3 attack the Protoss has, but it's still pretty darn scary. Got a concave set up, got Lurkers coming on in. Storming his own units a little bit there. I think this is too much Hydro Lurker. The Immortals need to focus down the Lurkers now. They have the detection. The Storm needs to hit those Hydras more than anything else. Main Nexus explodes for ShoWTimE. 110 to 67 Army Supply. This is ShoWTimE's last stand, but it's too many Hydralisks. Is there enough Storm? There's a lot of Storm. Lurker Zen maybe getting it focused down here too. The high ground belongs to these Immortals. Another Storm. But this is just so much Zerg. Drones coming in to try to keep the Immortals from kiting. Storming that ramp like a boss. But everybody goes down. Army Supply is only 30 for ShoWTimE. He lost so much stuff inside his main base. Somehow, someway, his natural remains pretty unaffected. And is third. But, yeah. Army Supply 65 to 30, doubling up. ShoWTimE is Serral right now. And Zealots hacking away at this Nydus. Another Nydus Swarm dies, but in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter if 13 Nydus Swarms have been killed? Not when you have this many Hydras, not when you have Lurker support, not when your opponent is basically going with Zealots. Yeah, man, Zealots can't do it. Absolutely not. This Nydus is... Oh, never mind, that one is down. I watched it die. Another one's trying to come up. Another one just came up. I mean, just... It's been Nydus City for Serral here. He's like, you can still use them. They're not worthless, he says, and by golly, I think he's right. They're still cheap, and I think that's a big selling point for Zerg. They are gas, but not a lot of gas. Army Supply 23 for ShoWTimE. He's still warping in Zealots. He's still storming as much as he can, but that is your good game, and Serral is victorious. ShoWTimE taps out in 17 minutes and 44 seconds. Dang, what a match. What a match that was. Again, it just comes down to the fact that ShoWTimE never killed a base, never took down Serral's hatcheries until the very end. In a desperation base race type scenario, which is not where you want to be versus Serral, especially when he has 5 other bases. He's happily mining from in 75 workers. He needed to get an attack on there Serral did not see coming, but he was pinned on 3 bases for so long. Serral was so aggressive. Nydus is coming up all the time. ShoWTimE would push onto the creep, and Nydus would come up, or a Ling run by would happen. And ShoWTimE was never able to get that 4th down, never was able to get that push across the map and expand behind it that he wanted to. So brutal, brutal loss there for ShoWTimE. APM over 400 average for both of these players. And yeah, like I said, resources lost turned out to be fairly even. 29,000 for Serral, 28,000 for ShoWTimE. Again, Serral had a big resources loss lead. Do we characterize it a lead if it means you've lost more? I suppose you could, but either way, ShoWTimE ended up losing a ton at the end. There are a lot of buildings, a lot of tech structures, and yeah, overall, 12 Immortals went down. That's a lot of Immortals. 8 Archons, 80 Zealots, 2 Nexuses. That 3rd base got killed, and the main base went down too. 11 High Templar, a bunch of buildings, including 7 Warp Gates. And then Serral lost pretty much standard Zerg stuff here. 20 Lurkers is a lot of Lurkers, though. 100 Lings, yeah. 64 Hydras. A hatchery, 15 Nydus Worms. That might be the biggest number of Nydus Worms I've seen killed in a match ever that I have cast. Yeah, without question. Without question. So, again, Serral didn't look super dominant in this game, I don't think, but good use of the Nydus, kind of switching up his style, not just defend, attack. He had the aggression happening. He had Hydras, he had Lings, he had Lurkers pushing up. He sniped the 3rd base, for heaven's sakes. He never lost it, I guess. this can work. Aggressive Zerg style against a really great Protoss is not too bad. So yeah, good game. Good game for both these players, but Serral ends up being the victor today. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. Hall@/Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.